Mr. President, I rise in opposition.
Please proceed.
On January 13, 2018, at 8:07 a.m., Vern Miyagi was at home in Hawaii Kai, drinking a cup of coffee, ready to start a relaxing weekend. He was not in his office in Diamond Head. He was literally at home, miles away, when one of his employees pushed the button and erroneously sent out a false missile alert that terrified hundreds of thousands of people. Miyagi, a 37-year veteran of the military, a retired major general, is a man of tremendous honor. He was a stellar administrator and leader. That day, as many remember, when everyone else was making excuses, Vern Miyagi stepped forward in front of all the cameras and said, and I quote, "This is on me." For while he may not have pressed the button, in fact, he wasn't even in the building. But as administrator, he was in charge. The missile crisis may not have been his fault, but it was nothing less his responsibility. Like Vern Miyagi, I believe the nominee, Nolan Espinda, is a man of tremendous honor. I think he is a dedicated public servant, a devoted husband, a father that has been with the Department of Public Safety over 35 years. He has worked in facilities across the system, from the Hawaii Youth Correctional Facility, to OCCC, to Lava, and most recently as its director. The Director of Public Safety is not an easy job. It is a highly visible, largely thankless position that has admittedly been under-resourced. It is quite possibly one of the most difficult jobs in the state. Nolan Espinda was not at OCCC on March 1st because of an open door and an open gate when Maurice Arriesgado Jr. was shot and killed trying to escape. Nor was he on Maui on March 11th when 214 inmates breached their cell doors and started a riot that included trying to burn officers alive in their control boxes, and when a critical part of the investigation, a SIM card for a camera that could have recorded the event, went mysteriously missing. Nor was he at the Capitol, right here on the evening of February 18th, when a sheriff's deputy shot and killed a homeless man, Delmar Espejo. He wasn't on Hawaii Island. On September 15, 2015, when William Carroll, who was arrested of theft and criminal property damage, inadvertently released. And since then, since September of 2015, 20 inmates were inadvertently released from the Hawaii Community Correctional Center since he has been at the helm, creating panic throughout Hawaii Island and resulting in thousands of dollars being expended in manhunts to find these mistakenly released inmates. Director Espinda was not present for any of these events. He was not a direct cause of a single one of them, but they were nonetheless, as a director of the Department of Public Safety, his responsibility. There are clearly serious systemic problems with the Department of Public Safety, and there have been for years. I have no doubt that the director has inherited many of them and made considerable strides in correcting a number of the department's problems. And were it not for the very serious breaches that have occurred this year, just last month on the island of Maui, all while the director was seeking reconfirmation, I would be voting for his reconfirmation. But as an elected official, I simply cannot ignore that there have been 2 fatal shootings and a prior riot, 20 inadvertent releases since September 2015 on Hawaii Island. There needs to be accountability, and that accountability needs to be and start at the top. It's a special privilege that this body has to advise and consent to nominations to lead our critically important 18 state departments. And whether or not the nominee is confirmed or not confirmed by this body, it is important, and I hope that my message sends to any director and any chair and any nominee that we expect no excuses, that we expect you to take responsibility, and that accountability starts at the very top. I want to genuinely commend Director Espinda for how he has handled himself throughout this nomination, as well as his family. It has admittedly been challenging, and he has been the epitome of professionalism throughout the entire process. But because of that and what I have outlined and the grave concerns I have, I cannot support the nomination. Thank you, Mr. President.